What's up, everybody? We're back again, diving into some live before lock Sorare takes. We are going to take a look at some of the news today, figure out what the hell's going on with some injury stuff. The man on the thumbnail got himself ruled out, which is still helpful information, though. So I stand by him being on the thumbnail. We're going to take a look at some projections, take a look at some injury news, and try to build some freaking lineups, huh? Take a look. I pinned a comment in the chat there. If you haven't signed up for So Rare and you're new here, go ahead and use our link. Doing so, get yourself some 20 free commons, get yourself started. If you buy five things in the marketplace, you get a free thing. It's very exciting. But let's get going. We're going to do the same process we did on Friday and start by midnight there. The lights are bright. Here. It's also, there's a lot of kids coming up to the door right now, which is different for me. So for anyone trying to make a joke, that is different for me. But yeah, we're gonna build some stuff here. Let's start out with the news here. Let's start out with the news of the day. So we're gonna start on Underdog. I'm gonna give it a little quick refresh on Twitter, and we're just gonna scroll. We're just gonna scroll for a little bit and get ourselves caught up because there's a lot of information. Look at all these freaking tweets in the last couple of hours, right? So you got Jay. Let's start here. Embiid was questionable, but I think we're gonna find out more as we get closer. Jalen Duren is ruled out for the Pistons. We've got Oladipo and Yurt still out. Dwayne Dedman is practicing on Monday. Walter Kessler, Ranger, is in shoot around. Io practices Monday. That's a good sign for him. Lopez is probable. It looks like Josh Giddey's going to return soon. Ben Simmons, I'm seeing is questionable here. He's out. Ben Simmons has been ruled out, but they did say in the report he's likely to sit today but play tomorrow. So this feels more like a rest thing. Seth Curry's been ruled out. So now that's Curry and Simmons ruled out for today. Drummond's already been listed out. Look, we're catching up as we go. Walker Kessler's still out. Levine's questionable. Into some more stuff for tonight. John Wall is out. Rocco is out for the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be very shorthanded. Terry Rozier's still out. Jason Derulo Tate's out. Cody Martin is out. And there we go. So there's the report from Shams that Simmons likely to sit. Embiid is officially out. Jalen Suggs questionable for Tuesday. So the two big things here, two big things so far. We have Embiid is out and Simmons is out. Embiid being out, we did this last time, right? We had the same freaking conversation on Friday, the same damn one. And I bought a Montrezl Harrell and a Paul Reed. And then what did I say before we got off? Before we got off, you know what I'm saying? Before we wrapped up the stream, I said, you know what? What if they go small and play DeAnthony Melton? And then DeAnthony Melton was a superstar. Now the matchup for his price point. The matchup today is a little bit different, right? So the Sixers are playing the Wizards. So that means our man Kristaps Porzingis. That's a different matchup than what they had in the Raptors, right? He's a little bit bigger, so maybe they go to Montrez, maybe they go to Paul Reed a little bit more. I'm gonna lean that they still go Melton, that they still play Melton. That's my lean that I'm having right there. On the net side of things, I don't know what to do. I mean, you still just play KD and Kyrie, right? Those are still the guys. Those are the main usage guys. You can make a case for Joe Harris and Nick Claxton, of course. But with no Seth Curry, I don't know. Is it Cam Thomas night? Porzingis looks like a JJ Watt, a skinny JJ Watt with that beard. That's funny. I like that. The other piece of news that we have to pay attention to is on the Pacers side of things. So the Pacers have Miles Turner back. Miles Turner, or the Nets get absolutely smoked by bigs. Miles Turner is a very intriguing play. I was a little nervous because his first game back, he played like 24 minutes. Then his second game, he played 32, but then he rested. So if Miles Turner is good and ready to go, I feel like sliding him in against a Nets team that can't defend any bigs, like he really should have a monster night. So if you're a Miles Turner fan, the other two injuries that we have to wait on that can impact some guys on the Pacers are Aaron Nesmith and TJ McConnell. If TJ McConnell and Aaron Nesmith are both out again, dudes like Buddy Hield and oh my God, who's the other guy? Buddy Hield and holy Benedict Mathurin, both of their numbers go up quite a bit. Nick said is not an NBA player. I saw you mention him earlier. I believe he's a backup point guard for the Houston Rockets. He's a backup point guard. So I would look him up. He played this weekend. But yeah, I think that Pacers Nets game is pretty juicy because I don't think either of them are interested in playing defense. We just saw this matchup happen the other day, and that was a bonkers game. I wanted to catch up on the chat. There was somebody who asked a question. I don't know why, but I got 4 common rewards this week. Shout out Felix. Well, I know they announced if you played any baseball, they gave you a reward, so maybe it was something like that. So I'm going to keep an eye on the injury news as we keep going. If you guys hear anything and you want to fire that out, put it in the chat and I'll keep an eye on it. I thought what we could do right now is take a look at momentumlabs.app, look at their projections, just kind of scroll through people who are popping this week. Let me get a little sip. I'm drinking a little something today, a little something from the Lagunitas brand. Here we go. We've had a little bit of movement in projections since we looked at I see. Yeah, as in Knicks is an NBA level, 11 minutes negative fantasy points. I got you. Sufyan says, do you think Matisse is playing? Matisse Thybulle. Let's see. What did Matisse do that last game against Toronto? I feel like he did get some more minutes. Let's take a look at that. We'll do it together because we're all in this together. We'll take a look at the Matisse Thybulle minutes right now. So that game was on Friday. Again, if you watch the video I did earlier today, these websites, I mean, you'd think they'd have enough money to make them look nice. So in the Philadelphia-Toronto game on Friday, we can look at the box score. Go box score hunting. Thybulle played 21 minutes. He took 6 field goal attempts. 5 of those 6 were threes. He went 2 for 5. So he finished with 6 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Partridge, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. So, Thybulle's fine. Thybulle is fine with him beat out. He's not my favorite, though. He's not my favorite. I will say, too, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Maxey and Harden, all of these guys are great plays. So shout out Gnome. I see Gnome in the chat. Go follow Gnome, by the way. He did a cool video today on a value play that I thought was good. Pels don't play until Wednesday. Do we think Ingram will be back? I read a report this morning that Ingram's still supposed to miss at least one more game, Chickenfrug. So I think Ingram is going to be out this week as well. I will not be playing Ingram. But if we go back over to Momentum Labs, let's kind of just scroll through the projections a little bit. Obviously, green means go, right? One thing, too, I wanted to discuss in the chat as we start building our lineups a little bit. I posed this question earlier. I'm having a tough time figuring out how to game plan building the limited contender versus the limited champion lineups, because now that the champion, the MVP mode is back in, it's just a little bit trickier building these lineups, and I'm not sure where to put my attention. So I'd be curious what you guys are doing. But anyways, I'll blow this up a little bit more so we have a little bit better of a eye line on that. So we got Luka here projecting with the most points at 60. I mean, none of these are surprising, right? We got 60, 59, and then there's a pretty big drop off down here to Ja, who's questionable tonight. That's some more news we have to wait on, right? So Ja and Desmond Bane are both questionable. I kind of am leaning that they both play. If one of them sits, the other one becomes a fantastic play. I mean, they're both fantastic plays anyways, more for DraftKings because they're appropriately priced on DraftKings, that one of them becomes a great play if one sits. None of this stuff is surprising, right? Like, obviously, these guys are good players. No one's going to tell you, like, oh, don't play Jokic. I think, like, a lot of the fun stuff is down here in the weeds as we scroll down under the 35 to 30 cap. I wanted to point out Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons still plays tomorrow, right? They already said he's out today, but he should play tomorrow. Ben Simmons' cap is 29 right now, and we can have the Ben Simmons conversation for a second. He's not great right now. Clearly, he's not great, but I do think we forgot how productive he was as a fantasy basketball player for a while. He was never putting up like 30 and 15, but he was someone that would go, 10 points, 14 assists, 15 rebounds, right? Like, he'd give you those types of triple doubles. So I'm not saying you got to play him this week, especially since he's missing a game. It's a questionable call. But if that cap is down at 29, man, he is going to be a solid fantasy play at some point. So I don't think you should do it this week, though. Maybe this weekend, we might see his cap go down a little bit too. People talking about Halliburton in the chat. Let's pull up Halliburton. He is one of my favorite. He is one of my favorite plays tonight specifically. Here we go. All right. Why is he over here? No, we don't want that. Hold on. Sorry. All right. There he is. So he's projected right here. He's got a cap of 43, projected at 47.6, higher than most ahead of him. Halliburton is incredible. He is incredible. So I really do like Halliburton tonight in all formats. So shout out to Halliburton. I wanted to point out some of the value stuff that we talked about earlier, especially with some of this news that has come out with Embiid missing. So if you wanted to fire in someone like Melton, let's look at him since we talked about him. His cap is a little higher than I would like it to be at 18. That's not my favorite. I would have liked that to be a little bit more in the 15, 14 range. But you know, he is probably going to start and get a lot of run today. So I think that's a little bit intriguing. The guys that really stood out to me, though, I mean, we talked about him in the video this morning. Let's go down to Jalen Williams here, the OKC. And listen, if you are looking for Jalen Williams, it's Jalen Williams, the guard. Jalen Williams, the guard, not the power forward center. There's two Jalen Williams on OKC, so you need to pay attention to that. Yeah, no, Embiid is out tonight. No, Embiid, they just announced it. Do you like Hallie or Butler better? I like Halliburton better. Are you talking Sorare or just fantasy in general? Because I'd have to look at the cap on Butler. But hey, let me finish with Jalen Williams, then I'll come back to this. Jalen Williams has a cap of fucking 4. Okay, a cap of 4. In his first game back, I think he played 26 minutes, and I called it out earlier today. Yeah, Jalen, Len. That's important to know that. I called it out today on our Twitter thread over on Twitter. I don't know why I need to say Twitter thread over on Twitter, but I put out a couple of value plays, and one of them being Jalen Williams, so the guard. In his first game back, he played 26 minutes. He went for 13 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals, and a block. The thing about him and Bismack Biyombo, who we're going to talk about in a second, both of them have like such a low cap of 4 and 5 that they're just like insta plays, unless you decide you want to flip it for financial gain. But those are like insta plays because Jalen Williams, if he's going to be playing 20 plus minutes, like his cap is going to be 15 next week. And then he'll still be a decent value play at 15 probably, but he shouldn't be at 4. And Bismack Biyombo, they announced today, DeAndre Ayton's going to miss at least a week. So both Bismack Biyombo, who we can pull up now, there shouldn't be a lot of Biyombos in the chat here. I mean, in the form here. Bismack Biyombo right here. Look at this cap of 5. All right. He's got a cap of 5. So if you're trying to fit in one of those more expensive dudes, go ahead and do it. All right. People are flipping the Jalen $45. So I have one. I don't know. Maybe I'm flipping. But Biyombo is another solid play. If you have them, I'm not saying you should go out and buy those guys, but all right, so rare. Butler is 44. What did I say Halliburton was? Halliburton was 43. 40. Yeah, Halliburton. You play Halliburton. I bet Halliburton outscores Jimmy Buckets by 10 in fantasy points today. 10's maybe too much, but a lot. By a lot. Gnome says PG-13. Wow, kids are knocking on the door. PG-13 has so much upside with Kawhi out. I agree. My only concern, Gnome, is that I wish we had the information that Paul George was playing tonight. They haven't even made it seem like he might not play, but the Clippers are weird. It's a late game, and we don't have that information, so I'm a little hesitant, but I agree. Paul George should play well, although he's looked really bad. He looked bad in the last game that was without Paul George as well. So, I mean, without Kawhi as well. So I agree. Paul George on paper, great play. It makes me a little bit nervous. People are saying the Cat Dog. Shout out Cat Dog, baby. He said he flipped the Jalen. I know John Boy Beats flipped his Jalen. I feel like I'm supposed to. Gnome's asking if he's a game time decision. I don't think so. I just don't trust the Clippers. That's all. I don't trust the Clippers. So he's not a game time decision. He should be fine. Don't even listen to anything I'm saying. He should be fine. All right, so we looked at Biyombo. We talked about Jalen Williams. The other guy in the mid-range a little bit is Shaedon Sharpe. So the Blazers are still without Dame this week, and Shaedon Sharpe's an exciting rookie. He started one game. They only had one game over the weekend since Dame's been out. Simons went freaking nuclear. So if you have Simons, go nuts. Desired. Okay, so if that's the case, thank you, Desired. He said lineup alert. PJ Tucker will most likely start at center. If PJ starts at center, that means Melton's starting at the 4. So DeAnthony Melton will be starting. They're not going to start Trez or what's his name, Paul Reed at the 4, right? So that means DeAnthony Melton is starting. So Shaedon Sharpe, anyways, right? He scored 14 real life points in his first start this weekend. Shaedon Sharpe has like crazy upside. He is crazy upside. He's a bucket getter. We should actually let's look at Anthony Simons on the projections as well. I'm curious how he's grading out as a play. His cap is at oh my god, his cap is at 29. Okay, that's an easy play. Anthony Simon, let's go over to Sorare. Let's actually check the marketplace and see if that's come down a little bit. I'm sure it didn't. Let's see what new card auctions. Do we have anything going on in the new card auction? Anything I need to gamble on? No, not really. There we go. Paul George, $63. Let's go. Let's look at the manager sales. We'll go to limited. And who was I just talking about? Anthony Simons. Simons. Because I love Anthony Simons as a fantasy player. Okay, low. Whoa. Let's do low for lowest price. 65. All right, 65. Let's look at Shaden Sharp while we're out here. Are we out here? You got Shaden Sharp at 45. So I overpaid for Shaden Sharp. But these are two of my favorite plays this week. Two of my favorite plays are the Portland guys. I believe Portland is playing. I'm going to pull up the NBA schedule here for a second. I believe Portland plays this week. At least one juicy matchup, potentially two juicy matchups. So if we go over to the schedule, all right, there you go. You got Anthony in there. Yeah, Cat Dog saying he loses all his value once his cap is up. Flip City. I know, but I want to play it because I want to win. But you're right. I should be flipping it. All right, here we go. So let's just look at Portland specific. I don't really care about all of these games. So Portland has a game on Wednesday against Memphis. That's it. So Portland only has one game. That makes it a little bit riskier. That's crazy. They've had two games from Friday to Wednesday, two games. But I like Anthony Simons and Shaden Sharp quite a bit. I think they're both great plays. Let's poke around some more value too that stands out. Let's get into this like 25 cap range. You know who we should be? We should just be looking at Spurs in general. Keldon Johnson. Not Keon, not Cameron, not James, not Jalen, but Keldon. So Keldon's cap is 38, and I know he's got him projected at 37. I think he's I think Keldon Johnson is a great fantasy play across all boards. He's been showing a little bit more upside with the peripheral stats too, getting quite a few rebounds and some assists too. Nothing crazy, while also having 30 actual point upside. All right, we're asking, is Io going to play this week? So the most recent news I had from Underdog here was I believe Io is questionable for Tuesday because Drummond was ruled out. Oh, Fred VanVleet ruled out. Interesting. Freddie VanVleet ruled out. Who's Toronto playing again real quick? Toronto's playing Atlanta. Wow. Okay. Sorry, let me go back over here. Fred VanVleet being ruled out is very interesting. I'm pretty sure Io is questionable for tomorrow. Io, yeah, questionable for Tuesday. So that's a good sign. That is a good sign. Wow, Fred VanVleet ruled out. What do we do here? All right. No, Michael. No. Romeo Langford, speaking of Primo, Romeo Langford is good value. That's somebody I missed today. Andre's asking, you spoke about Maxey. Yeah, Maxey's fine. Maxey is fine with him beat out again. I know Maxey's going to be very popular on DraftKings today. I am going to be fading Maxey. But Maxey's a great play for this format, so that's fine. Maxey's fine, Harden's fine, Melton's fine. Those three guys. You could eat Tobias Harris too. Like if Tobias Harris was ever going to have a meaningful game, it's with him beat out. So I think that is totally fine. Grote saying Scotty runs point guard, right? Yeah, Scotty should run point guard. That makes him a very interesting play. But from a value sense, let's actually look at something right now. Right here, right now. I think Scotty Barnes is the best play, but let's check out Malachi. Malachi Flynn has a low ask of 485. All right. A low ask of 485. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get this right now because what's his cap? His cap is a 5. All right. Let's see if I can. Let's try to get it right now. Let's see. Did we do it? Let's continue. We got verification codes. You're killing me. Oh my God. Here we go. Sorry guys. Verification codes. Unreal. 1 second. Isn't this good content? What is going on? Now it's not letting me type it in. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's not letting me type in the code. What is happening? Hold on, we're gonna try again. Try again. That was bizarre. What happened there? Coloco starting for Fred VanVleet. People are saying Coloco, Banton, Coloco starting. Coloco. All right, maybe that was ETH stepping in. All right, now Sorare is dead for me. No, like the platform's great. My computer's dead. Let's look at Coloco then. Ooh, Coloco. Let's see what Coloco's doing. Man, Flynn got me excited though. What is Coloco? I spelled that wrong. How do I spell? Oh, cock loco. My bad. Is no one spelling it right? Can someone spell this name for me? Is it Coloco? It is Coloco. All right. Why is it not coming up? Here we go. What is happening? Oh my God. Content is dead. Content is dead. All right, hold on. I'm gonna get out of this and then come back. Anyways, I'm very interested in finding value from this spot because Fred VanVleet takes a ton of shots, right? He's a lot of the offense. I do think Scotty Barnes is the direct pivot. But for value, I think that is pretty sneaky, is finding another spot. Maybe Coloco's not on the platform right now. He has no moment yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's why. Oh, sneeze. Mute game is strong, baby. All right, so Coloco doesn't have a card. All right, maybe we just stay away from this. Maybe we just go Scotty Barnes or die. If Scotty covers point guard, Precious will get more minutes too. There you go. You can tell he's a Raptors fan just based on that Kyle Lowry picture right there. Any thoughts on the iOS app dropping today? We love an app, man. We love that the app's coming down. We love that they have an app. Yeah, if you guys haven't downloaded it yet, I recommend checking out the app. Let's get another sip of Lagunitas in here. Man, Fred VanVleet. I still think Banton gets more minutes than Flynn. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Wow, quite a bit of news already. We like that. Someone had asked a question too about thoughts on Nickeil. We're talking about Nickeil Alexander. I got to be honest, man. I feel like if Nickeil was doing well, I'd be hearing about it because I have touted him in years past. I don't know what he's doing for numbers right now. So let me just check on. I'm checking on Utah's stats right now. Has he been playing meaningful minutes? I can't believe I don't know this. Like, I feel like, again, this is something that I typically would be locked in on. Has he been playing meaningful minutes? I honestly, Desired, I think you can find somebody else. That would be my take. Find somebody else. Najee Marshall or Cam Payne. So Najee Marshall is a good play until Ingram comes back. So you gotta base, like, how bad was his concussion? That's what I would try to figure out. So I think I'd go Cam Payne there. I think I would go Cam Payne, but that's pretty close. Let's actually see what the spreadsheets say because that's a better way to do it than just me giving you feels. Cam Payne, Jesus. Cam Payne right here has a cap of 8. Pretty good value according to JBB. The other one, Marshall, though, has a cap of 8. Oh, listen, he's got Cam Payne. Wow, couldn't be closer. Couldn't be closer. But Cam Payne is projected 2 points better. We the people saying Nickeil Alexander-Walker had one decent game. Colin Sexton was on full minutes last night for Utah, or 2 nights ago, whenever that last game was. So that's something to pay attention to in the future. They had been slowing him down, and it appears that Colin Sex God is back in action. Always Nerve says opinions on De'Aaron Fox. Dude, I mean, I don't know how he is as a winning basketball player, but as a fantasy basketball player, De'Aaron Fox is balling. Jay Skeet shared something recently that he's been averaging 30 points so far. So his cap's pretty high, right? Here's the one thing about De'Aaron Fox, right? His cap, you're like, De'Aaron Fox has a 48 cap, DeJounte Murray, SGA, Anthony Davis. Like, if you had to rank those 4 of the 48 section, right? Don't you think you would take him last? Like, if you had to rank those, Anthony Davis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, DeJounte Murray, De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox comes in last. Now, that's assuming you own all those moments. If you don't own all those moments, that's great. But that's just something to pay attention to. Like, I'd rather have Tatum at 46, Siakam at 46, Kevin Porter Jr. at 44. I think I probably want all of them a little bit more than Fox, but That's making it seem like I'm negative on Fox. I just think Fox's cap is almost at where his ceiling is, where some of these guys, like an SGA, like a DeJounte Murray, I think their ceiling is higher than their cap. So there seems to be a little bit more meat on the bones, if you will. But I don't want that to make it sound like I'm out on him. I do like that. Andre's saying, to pull the limited Duren, he gets no burn, though, right? I think he just got ruled out, Andre. That's a good card to get, though. That's like a good card to get. Speaking of which, I should claim my cards right now. Yeah, but his price plays big role. Yeah, it is a high price. It is a high price for him. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. I just that's just based on the stuff around it. All right, let's go to upcoming. Gonna claim those rewards, baby. All right, so 3 rewards, tier 4, tier 4, tier 4. So I didn't do great this week, but I did win a limited contender, so I'm excited about that. Number 1. Oh, Nikola Jovic, baby. The poor man's Jokic. There we go. That's nice. Next up, we got Nikola Jovic. I'm actually kind of excited about. Show me DeAnthony Melton. Oh, Georges Niang. And then last but not least, here we go. Denver Nuggets forward, Jeffrey Green. Jeff Green. So there you go. That's my squad. That's my squad there. What's his cap, though? What's Jeff Green's cap at? Let's go to my cards. Let's see if they're in there. We'll go to limited. He's got a cap of 14. That's too high. That's too high. So why don't you guys, if you guys don't mind, help me build my squad here right now, because this is what I've been having a tough time with, okay? So I have a shot. I can build I'm definitely going to enter both a champion and a contender, right? There's 3,800 entrants right now in the limited champion, and they're giving out, what's that, 795 rewards, right? With 135 rares up top. Limited contender is 5,100, giving out 1,500 limited. So let me show you the issue I'm having right now. So if we go over here, right, the difference between the champion and the contender, if this is your first time playing this, is when you can pick an MVP and it doesn't hurt your salary cap, right? So I have a salary cap for 120 on this. If I plug in Ja, I still have 120, which is fire. Why are some of my cards missing here? All right, there we go. Now they're back. So we can start with Ja right there. I think I can just fire off like Kevin Porter Jr., Ben Simmons. That still leaves me 47. Sorry, I meant to put Keldon Johnson there. That still leaves me 38 right now, right? And then I could just throw in like Shaedon Sharpe, and I got 24 left. 24 left, and I've got like a lot of solid spots there. Oh, Josh Primo, that hurts. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would just throw in of all of these guys, I feel like Jock probably has the highest ceiling, right? So there you go. That's the ceiling right there. Oh, weird. Just pulled a Jabari Smith in my rewards. There we go. So that's like fine, right? Like that's a pretty solid squad. People are saying RJ Hampton. All right, we throw Hampton in there. That's fine, right? That leaves 10 on the board there that I've left. I could also, the other thing I could do here is just throw in Ben Simmons knowing he's playing tomorrow, and then go from RJ Hampton down to Javon Carter and leave 2, or Jalen Williams, right? That's a good squad. Jaws MVP is a solid squad. It's got KPJ in there, Keldon Johnson, Ben Simmons, whatever, right? But if we get out of here, are you crazy for wanting to sign Herter? No, I like that. Ooh, you got a Kuminga as well. Pulled a Levert comment. There you go. Those are solid squads, guys. So those are all right. I don't know what, I would love your feedback on this. So that's the champion, and this is the contender, right? I probably can't play Ja as a contender, because in the contender, that takes up half my salary right now. And then I would have to do something like this, right? I'd have to go RJ Hampton, Shaedon Sharpe, Jock Landale, and then, or honestly, I could probably go Jalen Williams and then get up to, what's that, 13, 24. I could get up to like Rui if I wanted to. That's not great. I don't like love this, but I could, hold on, let me clear this, go back in here to this limited contender. I could play Kevin Porter Jr., Keldon Johnson, then throw in Jalen Williams right there, and then just go Shaedon. Oh, just off of Shaedon Sharpe and Jock Landale. That was so close. That was so freaking close. Damn. I mean, I guess I could still do it. I could still, so instead of 14, you know what I could do is go 13 and then 7. I could do that instead, right? I like to build my contender first and then work out my champions afterwards. Andre says I got a lineup of Jokic, Fox, Maxey, Miles Turner, and Jeff Green. That's fucking fire, man. That's a great lineup. Andre, what tournament are you putting that in? I can't believe that works. This must be your MVP, right? So Jokic is that's a great tournament. See, that's why I feel like I need to go after my contender a little bit more. Yeah, Tom's saying Ben Simmons ruled out today. Yeah, they announced that Ben Simmons is ruled out today, but he is likely to play tomorrow. Likely to play tomorrow. Anyways, I think this is probably my squad right here. Oh man, but I kind of want to play Shaedon Sharpe though. That's the thing. I kind of want to play Shaedon Sharpe in this lineup. So this is tricky, but all right. So if I entered it here, if I did Kevin Porter Jr., Keldon Johnson, I could go over to my limited champion, and then I could throw in Ja, Simmons, Monty Morris. We could go down to Shaedon and RJ. That leaves 37 on the clock. Man, that's not gonna get it done. Not great, Bob. I guess we could go from RJ to Rui, and still leaves 29, which is not great. It's a little bit tricky. Take out Carter and put in Jalen Williams. Well, Jalen Williams was in that lineup, man. Wasn't he? Wasn't Jalen Williams in that lineup? Let me go edit this one more time. Oops, wrong one. Let me go edit this one. Yeah, Jalen Williams is in there. Take out Carter and put in Jalen. Yeah, he's in there. Right? Kevin Porter Jr., Keldon Johnson, Jalen Williams, Jock Landale. Oh, wait. No. Yeah. Was Shaedon Sharpe 11 or 14? He's 14, right? Am I wiling out right now? Okay, yeah, all right. I thought I was wiling out. But yeah, that's what makes this game so tricky, man. Is it's like there's so much strategy involved in this, and it's so different based on like the roster construction is such an important part about this. No love for Ben 10. Who is that? Is that Ben Simmons? Does Ben Simmons go for Ben 10, Jules? Is that who that is? I feel like I should know that nickname, and I don't. He was ruled out today. Coach Stark is rolling out SGA, Booker. You're gonna let me know what tournament you're rolling them out in, just so I have a better feel. But I love all of these names: SGA, Booker, DeRozan, Porter Jr., Cam Johnson. That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, this is tricky, man. I guess the other thing I could do. Let me build this one more time. Let me build it one more time without Kevin Porter Jr. in that lineup. Let me delete both of these just so it's easier to do it. Can you see that? Yeah. So let's go back to the contender. That's your MVP. Okay. I have so many good cards on practice teams. Tough life, Joker Rock. Tough life. Desire's rolling out LBJ, Halliburton, Jeremy Grant, Lowry, and Barnes. Dude, all of your teams are better than mine. What is going on? I thought I was supposed to get influencer shit. All right, let's go back to the contender. I'm going to try this one more time. I feel like this is helpful just to get a feel for like what people are going through. So let's say I don't play Ja or Kevin Porter Jr. I know Ben Simmons is only going to play one game this week since they have a back-to-back. Right? If we check the schedule, the Nets play the Pacers tonight, but then tomorrow they play Chicago. Wednesday they obviously won't play. So they play tonight and tomorrow. So I'd still get a Ben Simmons game. Not ideal that he's a little dinged up, right? But if I play those two instead, I can then go down to and then just write RJ Hampton, Shaedon Sharpe, Jock Landale. This is actually the same squad I ran out last week. That's like a decent squad, right? I mean, the other thing we could do here, and now we wouldn't be able to get up to him, but that's solid. If we did that, we throw that in there, then we could go over here. We could still play Ja, Kevin Porter Jr. We just fire out Monty Morris right there, Rui Hachimura, and then we can do whatever we want with that last spot. I think we're still. And then I go flip Jalen Williams, right? Throw in Josh Christopher. We just go full Rockets, Rock City, bitch. Actually, we'll go Keon Johnson, right? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna stay with that sort of build there, right? Which one do you think has more upside from that contender spot? Is it this lineup right here, that lineup, or the one with Kevin Porter Jr. that didn't have Ben Simmons? I feel like it's that one. No, I'm gonna stop sharing screen so I could go flip my Jalen Williams right now. Let's see what the floor is. Actually, I'll show you guys. We can watch it. We can watch it together. Cat Dog is saying my limited contender is Barnes, MPJ, Wagner, Trent, Mark. Oh, dude, Mark Williams, man, is gonna pop at some point. I'm excited for all you Mark Williams heads. I really do think that Mark Williams play is gonna pay off at some point. There's no way they just keep rolling out Nick Richards and Plumlee. Oh wait, no, I wanted to look at the marketplace. The marketplace. There's Jalen Williams. Let's look at what his cost is right now. I got to get better at this part too, like knowing when to sell. No, there's no way the low ask. What's the low ask for this? 43. All right, let's go. Let's go undercut the floor, huh? Let's go get some money. The money. I don't know if anybody's gonna buy it though. Is it too late? Did I wait too late? Jalen Williams was my first purchase too. I was excited about that one. And then what I'll do next is build my common ones. I didn't do a great job paying attention to that one last time. We're gonna list my card. We'll list it for 41 there. Undercut the floor a little bit. Listen, Top Shot taught me well, baby. I know how to undercut floors, okay? I had a little fun on Twitter the other day where I was joking that like if you knew Top Shot, you'll know Sorare because they do a good job of making the shitty cards worth stuff, right? All right, Zubats, Jabari, Bol, Claxton, Kaminga. I like that. Your limited contender is JV. My name is Jonas, Mike Conley, Smith Jr., Wade, Jones Jr. That's good. All right, I'm going to build my common lineups. Feel free to keep sharing what you guys are doing. Also, if you're just like tuning in for the first time and you haven't signed up yet, sign up using the link that is pinned in the chat or in the show notes. All right, we'll do let's do our contender first. We're just going to go. I think we're going to get Giddy back maybe too. Decent for, yeah, Io is decent. I like Io, man, for his FP cap. We need Io to play though. That's my only concern is that he sits again, but him being questionable, I think is a good sign. So, all right, let's see. Well, what if we go Giddy, Brunson? No, that leaves us 12 at a time. What if instead of Brunson we go Shingin, which gives us 15 to rock and roll. Wow, Santi Aldama is up. We're gonna go Torrey Craig, Damian Lee. What does that give us? 27 left. 27 should give. Ooh, oh, we just missed. All right, let's do Damian Jones. We'll just do that. Yeah, we the people saying Giddy practice today. We do like Giddy. I'm excited for Giddy to come back. Common champion. We'll throw Jokic in there. LeBron. Scotty Barnes, Brunson. Oh, 3. 3 is tough. Do we have any 3 balls? We don't. Man, maybe we move off Jalen Brunson here and go to Sadiq Bey. That leaves us with 15. Greg Brown? Is Greg Brown even playing? Let's just do that. And then don't forget to do the trainings. I fully need to get a better grasp for what people are doing on training, but we're just gonna keep rolling training out to boost up some of this. People are saying sheesh. All right, your contender is Zion, Shingin, Cam Johnson, Okongwu, and Jalen Williams. There we go. I like that. I like the Jalen Williams stuff. Let's register another one of these. Javon Carter, Luke Green, Cornet, Mark Williams, Jalen Brunson. I can't believe I'm not playing. Oh, God. I can't believe I'm not playing some of these guys, It's nuts. This is good, though. We keep getting them some work. Getting them some work in. I'm going to work. Look at how many guys we have, huh? Like Josh Primo. Fucking Primo, man. Yeah, I can't wait until Wembayama joins. I know, man. That is going to be fun. All right, let's see if we've got any more news here as we get closer to lock. I'm also going to mess around with the DraftKings lineup to just kind of talk through what I'm looking at today. I haven't done like my deep dive yet. I will be doing that momentarily. We haven't got any more news in the last few minutes. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. We like that. I should also point out, too, if you're not following us on Twitter, go ahead and do that. We're at Team Hold NFT. You can also find us in the Discord. There's a show note for that. There's a link for that in the show notes, so go ahead and join. Yeah, we get the Sorare app. When it comes to selling, is putting one up for auction or a straight... Dude, I don't know. Andre, this will be my first time selling anything, and it hasn't worked yet. So that's a great question. I think there's probably some more people who have been a bit more active in Sorare. Sorare's been around for a minute, right? It's not like they're brand new. It's just the NBA product's new, and I haven't gotten involved until the NBA started. So would be curious what people are doing. Limited contender, DeRozan, Scotty, Ayo, Herter. There we go. Agbaji. Oh, God. Canceled. I'm canceled. Let me go over to DraftKings. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, John Nellis will probably give you a better idea. John Nellis, who will be joining the show on Friday at 9 a.m. We've got, like, again, if you're new, we do an insane amount of content here, too much, arguably. Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, we have a basketball show. And then Mondays at 5:30 p.m., like right now. And then Fridays at 5:30 p.m., we do a live before lock show to build our So Rare lineups. But yeah, John Nellis is coming on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. That'll be a fun one. All right, let's go over here to DraftKings. Keep firing in questions if you have them. I'm just going to build a little lineup while we wait for some more news to come. I think what is the So Rare questions? I'm your man. Football is life. Shout out to Jaime right there. Chip Austin. He's got Giannis, Melton, Kyrie, Vucci, Dean. Wait, Chip Austin. Limited contender or common contender? That is a winning lineup right there. Oh, that might be MVP because it's Giannis. That's a great, that's going to be MVP. That's a great lineup, man. Vucci Mane has been rebounding the shit out of the ball. I was talking about that this morning. There's been like a handful of games that he's been like close to 20 or if not surpassed it. And Dean Wade is a great value play that we talked about on Friday that helped our man Joker Rock crush this week. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look at some of these questionable tags here on DraftKings. So we know Embiid's out. Ja Morant, let's see what the update was on him. Listed as questionable due to an illness, though. So hopefully he's just feeling better and that Ja's in play. This Indianapolis-Brooklyn game is really the one that we're trying to figure out. Mathurin's still at 6K, but we need this information on Aaron Nesmith is still questionable, and so is TJ McConnell. We need both of those guys to be ruled out before we can really get into it. Halliburton is really one of my favorite plays. I feel like he's still too cheap at only 8.5 on DraftKings. Do you guys mess around with DraftKings too? Like, is this helpful? If you guys don't, I definitely don't have to do this, but it's good for me. I like building these salary cap lineups because it helps me get in the right mindset for So Rare, that even though they're different, it's still like, hey, listen, if it's value on DraftKings or if it's value on So Rare, it's probably value over here too. The difference is this is a one-night lineup, right? Versus like a full week lineup, like what we're doing with So Rare. Let me see. What do we have over here? Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out what to do with this game. Miles Turner is only 5.5. And like, again, when we talked about Miles Turner, like if you have his So Rare moment, if you have a so rare moment, look at this. So he's played 24 minutes in his first game. And in 24 minutes, he had 5 points, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 2 assists, 6 boards. So like nothing special, but it's 6-1 fine. He then went down to 5,800 and he put up 27 and 10 with 5 blocks against Washington. Brooklyn, like if we look at if Brooklyn just gets absolutely smoked by centers, I know he's going to be like probably pretty popular, but I'm just playing Miles Turner. Actually, let's go over to Momentum Labs because I'm not sure what Miles Turner's cap is over here. His cap is 28. Like, man, he should put up 40 something. The other bonus is that you're crowdsourcing suggestions, which generally doesn't hurt in terms of forming a lineup. That's true. That is true. Joker Rock says hoping to a lot of heavy hitting lines move to limited champ and opens up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is hard. It's hard to figure out which freaking tournaments to play. I'm struggling with it. That's why, like, I bought that Ja Morant because I was excited to while out a little bit. Ooh, my card sold. My card has just been sold. There we go. We flipped that Jalen Williams. Flip that Jalen. Oh, you know what we can do? Hey, listen, I know this is a So Rare drop. We need to adjust, So Rare show, and we need to adjust it. But this is what we do in this house. We are from City and on their heads. Big step, big step. Gonna flip $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there. Flip City, baby. But yeah, I think that Miles Turner play is a good play. That's fun, guys. That's fun. Man, this takes me back. I feel like, God, I'm excited. Do I have stuff in my wallet or does that's interesting. Does that just go right back to my account? Interesting. Does that just go like, so if I haven't been using ETH and I've been using my card, does it just go right back to my card? I wanted that to sit in my wallet so I could just go there and buy some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just want to buy, baby. I need to see what that, let's see. What does that say? What does it say when it's sold? Wow. Flip City. Yep. ETH in the wallet. There we go. Flip City, 0 fee. I love So Rare. So Rare is great. I'm having the I'm having the best time of my life. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. Goes in your wallet as ETH, but it takes a minute. There we go. If you sell it, stays in ETH. We love to see it. Yes, we love to see it. Oh man, we're having a good time. We're gonna do this for 5 hours. Speaking of which, listen, we're going to be wrapping up here in like 10 minutes or so. We're going to wait till some more news comes in. But if you were just basketball fans and comedy fans, the 89 Cavs is a comedy basketball podcast that I do with two of my comedian friends, Justin and Steve. It's our first show since opening night. So our first like regularly scheduled show of the season is tonight at 7:00. It's right here. So if you want to come hang out for that, that'll be a good time. We're going to be talking about everything that's happened in the first 2 weeks, but we're also going to be doing a draft of the worst contracts of all time and be creating our own starting five. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or daily time. Yeah, exactly. Detroit basketball is back, baby. I don't know. What other like start sit questions do we have? What else are we looking at? I am lost. I have to build a fantasy basketball lineup before 7, and I am lost at what to do for tonight. It's weird because of this I keep on saying Indianapolis. This Indiana Brooklyn game is really throwing me for a loop. The other thing, when we go back over to DraftKings, and this is more about just the slate in general, right? So the last 2 games of the night tonight, we got Houston, the Clippers. We've talked extensively about how bad Houston defense is right now. And knowing that this offense is probably going to be pretty condensed, right? Because you don't have John Wall, you don't have Kawhi Leonard. Who else is there anybody else? Dinged up from this game. If we look at, so Kawhi is out, John Wall is out, Robert Covington is out, Bruno Fernando is still out, Jayshawn Derulo, Tate Washington. Zubats feels like a great play. Şengün feels like a great play. It's really, really tough. It's really tough to figure this out because look, I kind of want to play 3 centers. Like I want to play. Wow, Zubats is up to 6'7". But like Şengün and Zubats are great plays from this game. Kevin Porter Jr., Reggie Jackson is at 5'3" and is now going to be like the full point guard, right? And Reggie Jackson was like up around 7K. Need a star player around 90 or 90. Oh, we're going shopping always, Nerve? All right, this is what I'm talking about. Let's go shopping. But first, before we go shopping, I have to put this out here, always, Nerve, because you might be relatively new to these streets. And by these streets, I mean Team Hold. Let's put this out there. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? All right, let's go figure out something to buy. Let's go, and we'll look at manager sales because the auctions are probably too hard to figure it out. I also like Desire being like, nice budget, bro. Levis says, don't be too hard on Nellis. He's not very knowledgeable, but yeah, dude, that's why I think this is going to be a great conversation. I'm excited to talk to him because he is like, I'm not knowledgeable about Sorare. I've only been here for like 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm just diving in like a psycho. But I am very knowledgeable about basketball. So I feel like that's going to be a fun conversation. All right, here we go. $90 to $95. Wait, are you looking for, always Nerve, are you looking for the limited cards? Is that what we're sorting by? If you're sorting by rare, let me know. But I'm assuming you mean limited. Let's do price. 50. How's 57,000? Is that cool with you? Let's go to 90. How about a 9 ball? 90 to 95. How about 93.76? And then let's go lowest. We'll go highest price and work our way down. All right, there you go. DeJounte Murray. Oh, why is OG Anunoby $93? What the fuck? Oh, wait, no, that's not helpful. Let's do lowest price, but we'll do it this way. That wasn't helpful. There's got to be a better way to sort. I know. Here we go. Let's go to like the 25th one. Okay, there has to be this is not helpful. We can't do it this way. Let's do highest price again. Actually, I got a better idea. Hold on. Sorry. Took me a second there. I have a budget of around 200 for a lineup. Yeah, limited. All right, so we're going to look at limited. Let's go over to some of the, we'll look at John Boy Beats thing, right? So some of his best projected guys. So I'm assuming Ja, Giannis, Luka, Jokic, Steph, those guys are all going to be too expensive. I bet, though, AD might be in this price range. Joker Rock saying, do you think still? I mean, I have no idea what Kawhi's doing. I have no idea what Kawhi's doing. Let's look at Anthony Davis though. I think Anthony Davis, people don't really like Anthony Davis because he is hurt all the time. Ooh, that was all caps. It was like I was yelling at Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis low ass. There we go. We called it right there. $77. $77 for Anthony Davis. Let me do something for you here. I'm gonna read Anthony Davis's basketball reference to you right now for what his performance has been just this season. Just this season. If I read it to you, I'll also show it to you. Anthony Davis does make me nervous as hell. I'll keep that in mind. This is what Anthony Davis is averaging this season: 23 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, right? That doesn't include blocks and shit like that. So let's look at the blocks and the shit like that. He's also averaging 1 steal and 2 blocks per game. All right. So 23 and 10, a double-double with a couple of steals and a block. I did that backwards. A couple of blocks and a steal. So Anthony Davis, I feel like, is, again, no one wants to roster him because they're afraid he's going to be like, and I totally get it because he walks like I do, and that makes me nervous. But I like that. Ooh, Zion is a low ask of 91. Is that true? Zion would be another great one, but again, in the same category of Zion, the same category as AD. That's a little nerve wracking. Ooh, 91. God, I want to go shopping. This is John Boy Beats again. He's got Anthony Davis projected for 47.7 this week. Let's see how far we're going to get. And his cap is 48. Let's see if we can get Zion. Zion's cap is 39 and projected to get 41. So maybe a little bit more of a bang for your buck. These so rare. Hey, Jorge, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've been really enjoying it myself as well. We do a ton of stuff around Top Shot and basketball in general, but I'm having a great time with So Rare. This is scratching a fantasy itch that I always have because of crabs. If so, would explain why. Oh, you're talking about Kawhi. Yeah. Kawhi hasn't seemed right. You're absolutely right. But yeah, Zion is a good call. Anthony Davis, I really do think, like, again, what about SGA too? Do people realize how good SGA is? I don't know if they do. I don't know if people realize that Shea is. I saw J.E. Skeets did an incredible All-Star game thing. Okay, Shea's at 140, so people do know how good he is. But think about that, right? Think about that Shea and Anthony Davis both at the same cap, right? Both at the same cap. Anthony Davis projected to score more points than him, and you can get him at like a $60 discount. All right? That's good deal. That's good value. Neesmith is out. Mathurin or Şengün. Man, Neesmith is out. What about TJ McConnell? Did we get the TJ McConnell news yet as well? Did we get the TJ McConnell news? Let me look up. I can't believe I'm like, hey, can you find out if a point guard that looks exactly like you is playing tonight in basketball? Brooke Lopez, a game time decision. TJ is available to play. All right, TJ is available to play. That I think that's still probably fine for Mathurin. I might lean Şengün though. Şengün. I might lean Şengün. That's close though. That is really close. What is Luka's projected points? So again, I'm using momentumlabs.app. If you haven't checked out Momentum Labs, I think there's a link to it in the show notes to do that. So we like that. Luka is projected right now for 60 points this week. He's got 60 points, but has a cap of 61. Let's keep looking. I'm really fascinated by this $90 range now too that we're looking at for who is that? Who are we looking at that for? Our man, who was it? Always Nerve. Yeah, the AD, man, I think that's pretty sneaky there. That's probably who, you know what, Siakam too. Like, I don't know if people are giving Siakam the right amount of respect for what he's been putting up lately. And Siakam is another one with Scotty Barnes, who is probably going to put up a pretty big number. Wow, only 5 available. $87 for Siakam. If you, what's his cap? What's Siakam's cap? 46. So you're getting a little bit of a discount on that. He's projected to score just a couple points less. So Siakam is very interesting. And I'm a big Siakam believer. Who is the other one? There was someone else I was going to look at after Siakam that I was kind of intrigued by. Oh, Scotty Barnes. We should look at Scotty Barnes because Scotty Barnes was a phenomenal ball handler when Fred VanVleet missed time last year. $54, man. Wow, $54. Yeah, you could just go ahead and just get Scotty Barnes and Paul George. Paul George at 51. Paul George and Scotty Barnes. There you go. That's all you need. That's all you need. Scotty Barnes of a cap of 29 too. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I kind of like that. I don't know what. Man, dude, you're in a good spot. This is what I would say. That for $90, listen, I have no idea what the market's going to look like in 2 weeks because we've been here before. But just seeing that Anthony Davis is projected to get more points and is $60 cheaper. What about Harden? Yeah, he's saying Harden's about to go off. Harden did not pop as much as Maxey did last week when Embiid missed the game, but I think that was more of an aberration. I don't think that's like the norm. That's the exception, not the rule. So let's pull up James Harden and see what he's doing. See what his low ask is. 121. Ugh. I don't know. Oh yeah, always nerved. Yeah, I saw Mike saying that. Join the Discord. Hold on. Let me share a link. Let me share a link to that. And yeah, you're saying PG really not convinced by him. No, PG is not my favorite play, but I do like the idea, right? I like the thought of like, okay, so you could play Anthony Davis was a cap of 48, right? Or you could play Barnes, and Barnes is like 29, and Paul George is too high. 43, you can't do it. Can't do it. Do we think Bones plays this week? Also, shout out goes to Greg Oden, Mr. Lucky Trader over there. Congrats, man. Bones makes me a little bit nervous. I think they have him listed as questionable. At least they haven't listed him as out. But I'm a little bit nervous about the Bones thing, although he's young, right? And there's money in the Bones. The Bones is the money. He is at a cap of 16 too. That's a solid play. Levis says, is it Levis or Levi? Should I be saying Levi's? I have Harden and Paul George both on 43. Which one would you choose for the game? I would Harden. I know they're in similar situations because Paul George is without Kawhi and Harden is without Embiid tonight. But man, when Harden has a bad game, he has like 14, 11, and 10. Right? A bad game for him is like a low triple-double or 14, 11, and 7. And we already saw that game on Friday. There's no way he repeats that again. Paul George, we've seen be bad without Kawhi multiple times. I think both Harden's floor and ceiling are higher than Paul George. I like Norman Powell over PG tonight. Yeah, what's Norman Powell? Stormin' Norman. What's Norman Powell's shit down here? What's his cap? Norman Powell is wow, cap of 22, low ask of $18. Let's go over to Momentum Labs, see what Powell is cooking for. Yeah, decent value, but that was probably before the news that he was ruled out. So I bet that before John Wall was ruled out too. Because that was updated this morning. So I bet that has a little bit of a boost. Norman Powell's a pretty good call, Poker Pro, Eric. Yeah, Norman Powell as well. Reggie Jackson though, man. No one's talking about Reggie Jackson. I feel like we put some respect on Boston College's Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson has a cap of 27. No John Wall, no Kawhi. I don't know. Groth saying I got Jokic MVP, Hallie, Levine, Şengün, Jacques. That's pretty good. Abdursaad Ahmad says, do you think Zach LaVine is struggling this season? Yeah, I think he might be a little bit dinged up, though. I think he's still a little bit dinged up. That would be my guess. That would be my guess is that he's still a little dinged up. But I still believe in Zach LaVine long term. I don't think you have to like punt on that. I just think he might be. It's going to take a little bit of time. In the words of Jimmy World, it just takes some time. Random question. Marcus Morris over 2.5 threes. Man, I don't know. I just don't trust anything that's happening in the Clippers organization right now. Normally, if you told me all of those guys were out, I would say over. They just haven't been very good, man. They just haven't been very good. So I'm outside of Zubac. Zubac should make the All-Star game right now. He's been a double-double machine, like a heavy double-double too. Not like 11 and 10. He's been like 15 and 19. He's been like Vucci without the three-pointer. Thinking of AD and Barnes, to be honest. Dude, I love it. I love it. Again, I'm high on Anthony Davis, though, which makes me very nervous. But Anthony Davis has been really solid this year. So, and his thing is being healthy. And as long as he stays healthy, famous last words. Famous last words. All right, I'll give you one more minute. Anybody else have any other questions? You can fire them in there. Just a reminder, we're going to do this on Mondays today. We do it at 5:30, and then Fridays at 5:30 Eastern as well. let's do. I'll do one last check to see if Underdog, shout out Underdog, promo code hold, to see if there's any more news, since it looks like they did have some more news. Let's see. What was the other thing that came out? Wizards will, whatever. So Brook Lopez, a true game time decision. Listen, if Brook Lopez is out, though, if Brook Lopez is out, let's go over to what they have for bigs over here in Milwaukee against Detroit. Bobby Portis season, or you could like really punt for Serge Ibaka. I don't know. What do you guys think? Brook Lopez, if he is out, a true game time decision, a late game time decision, that makes me think it's Bobby Portis, man. Bobby Portis could cook in that environment. That's something to pay attention to. That game locks at 8. We're probably not going to have that information in time, but something to pay attention to. All right, what else we got? I can't wait until cap numbers even out. Too many guys have caps too high for what they're making. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to continue to go all over the place, right? And Mike said, I wonder if activity is higher on auctions before lock and if you can get deals post-lock. Yeah, I mean, that. Listen, again, none of this is financial advice. Do whatever you want. I've been trying to buy on Monday nights, Tuesday mornings, or Friday nights, Saturday mornings. Sixers lineup is out. Melton is in. Melton is locked in. Grote's asking if Giddey is back. Giddey practiced today, so fingers crossed he's back. I don't think they have a game until Wednesday. No, they play Tuesday. They play tomorrow against Orlando, but fingers crossed he's back. If not for Tuesday, though, I imagine he's back on Thursday, so we should get at least one game with Giddey. A little bit of a risk, but I like it. All right, guys, we're going to call it there because I got to fill my lineups out before 7 o'clock. Come back at 7. 89 Cavs is back at 7. We'll be ready to cook. If you haven't joined the Discord, do that. If you haven't liked the stream yet, do that. It's good for us. I hope you guys subscribe. If you're new and you hang around, we'll get back in here soon. See you guys tomorrow, or I'll see you in a half hour, or I'll see you tomorrow morning.